All right, we're rolling.
Oh wow. Well,
All right, well,
hey.
I'm here with my good friend Retro Dude.
Oh yeah, that's what they call me.
Yeah, and we are
We're
ranking ELO album art covers,
yeah.
cover art for
So,
ELO albums.
so the first one we got is ELO's first album, No Answer. Well, it doesn't really have a name. It's just called Electro Light Orchestra, but it goes by No Answer.
And
It's an all right. It's when they were like really beginning.
but we're not here to talk about the music so much. This is it doesn't look very good, does it?
Yeah, it's just a light bulb.
I think this is a D tier.
Yeah, I'd probably say D tier.
All right,
It is gonna be. It is. I will say. I might be getting ahead of myself, but it is a lot better than some of the ones that are about to come.
all right. Let's pull up the next one.
Yeah, the next one. So the next one is gonna be ELO 2,
Mm-hmm.
and that one's a lot better.
It is.
In
I
my
mean,
opinion.
it's just kind of already starting to get into like the space themes, right? I mean, you can see like it obviously doesn't have the iconic ELO like spaceship, but you have like a satellite. And it's starting to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is better. It's not fantastic. I mean, I would put this probably in C.
I would say it is a marked improvement over the first one.
Oh, definitely.
So I would put it at C, but
Okay, we'll
like
put it in
probably,
C.
but it's very basic for what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, the next ELO album we have is my favorite cover.
Oh.
This is the British cover
Okay. Yeah.
of
Specifically the UK
this is
release.
I'll get we'll rank the US version separately because
Yes.
it was different. But this was the UK cover for On the Third Day, where you have Jeff Lynne looking at you.
He's Jeff Lynne, a benevolent but sometimes cruel god looking upon the earth. Well, I'm going to choose to think this is a really deep statement by Jeff Lynne.
Oh yeah,
You know,
This is him like going up and just asserting his dominance over the entire world.
I think his statement saying that he never, he said he never really fit in, which is why he's a square.
He never really fit in.
Which is why he's a square and the Earth is round, spherical.
Yeah, he wants to go back to 1981.
The good old 1980s.
The good old 1980s.
Are we putting this? I think we're putting
That
this,
is definitely a strict E tier.
I think we're putting that. Yeah.
That is a terrible album cover.
All right, might as well go to do the American cover.
Yeah. So the American cover is standard like 70s album cover, I would say. Nothing too special.
I assume the guy with the just monstrous hair is.
We got the guy at the main, Jeff ELO.
Jeffy Boy.
Right there, Jeffy Boy, the god of, I don't know, the strings.
The strings.
Yeah, On the Third Day. It's a decent album cover. I will say it's better than the first one.
Yeah, I'd put this.
The first.
Okay, but
I'd put it bottom of C. I wouldn't say it's better than ELO 2.
No, because ELO 2 is just a little bit more going on.
It's more customized, if you could say.
So yeah, we're going left to right. So left is better, right? All right, let's move on.
All right, hero. Let's get the cover for El Dorado up in here. El Dorado is a weird one for me because
the songs or the album cover.
The cover, because it's literally just a screen cap from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it was a bit of an odd choice. Is it really? Is it really just a direct capture?
That's just the scene when the witch is trying to get the shoes off Dorothy.
No edits. It's just a straight.
No,
capture.
it's literally they put the words El Dorado and ELO in Electro Light Orchestra on it, and that's just
for a pretty good album they'd have better art. I think this is D, and I don't know. What do you think?
I would say bottom of D because it's literally just a stolen
capture.
A stolen capture of the screen grab from the movie. It's not. I
don't even see the connection to most of the songs either. I mean, I guess there's something to it with
I mean, the whole album is about a fantasy world.
Yeah, but I don't know. I really don't see it. All right, let's.
We're starting to get
getting
into
to
the
an
really good
interesting one now. We
ones,
got an
in
interesting
my
one
opinion.
here.
Yeah, so we got Face the Music coming up.
All right, here's
And
Face the Music.
Face the Music is a very interesting album cover.
Some interesting songs too.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it was one of their first real big hit, if you can say.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. What were the hits in the album?
Well, you got Evil Woman. You have a song I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
You have Evil Woman. You have, I would say, also, like, you have Fire on High.
Fire on High.
And I don't know. I like Knight Rider. Knight Rider was good.
Knight Rider, for some reason, I think Jeff Wynne even went on to say he doesn't know why it underperformed so much.
Yeah, Knight Rider's a decent song. It starts off a little weird, but
I like it.
I think
this is the one with Fire on High, isn't it? Or was that?
Oh yeah, this is the one with Fire on High.
Right, and Fire on High. That was made that was kind of made to call out and make fun of the Christian fundamentalists that call it El Dorado satanic, right?
Yeah, because like they played it backwards and heard like, oh, is that what I heard? Oh my god, like for real?
Yeah, I mean, some very interesting songs. I quite like the cover. I think it's very kind of eerie, you know, kind of really meant to kind of creep you out a little bit, which I like it. I like it. I would put it. I don't know. I don't know if I'd go and put it so far. I'd put it as in B, but I think maybe top of C.
I think I might put it in B.
All right, so we'll put it in B. Probably will be bumped
for
down.
now. I would put it in B because it's more creative than ELO 2. Because ELO 2 is just like a light bulb in space. And
that's
like,
not just a light bulb. It's like a satellite.
It's a satellite spaceship kind of looking thing.
It looks like a light bulb. I'll give you that, and maybe that's intentional.
Yeah, because I mean they are electrolyte.
All right, we got a new world record.
Wait, this is your favorite album, right? That's what I thought.
Hard to say. It might be. It might be.
Yeah. A new world record is a really good album, especially like with like living thing, Do Ya, and telephone line. And Rockaria is also
Rockaria.
Like some Rockaria.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know.
I would
it's a really good album. Nothing wrong with it. This was also the first iteration of the little yellow UFO
spaceship.
Spaceship, yeah.
And
though, like, I mean, this is the first iteration. It's not like the best one.
No, but I
the best
really
one it comes up real soon. But
I really like how at least how I interpret it, how it ties in to some of the songs, especially the titular, well, not a titular, but you know, the main song of the album, which is Mission: A New World Record, right? Because the song is talking about these kind of like otherworldly beings, kind of aliens. It's up to interpretation, visiting Earth, specifically a city, and they're not really impressed. In fact, they think it's really depressing. But it's all about that visiting of Earth and this, you know, to a city, and that's what's I think being portrayed in the album. So I like it a lot. I would put, I don't know. Do you think this is an N? This is an A?
Possibly. I like it more than Face the Music.
We'll put it above
Face the Music. Face the Music. I do really like the album cover for how bold it is.
It's
because it's like obviously the electric chair looking thing. It's very, very menacing.
It is very menacing.
But a Brave New World, not Brave New World, a New World Record is like it's the start of something that, and it really fits. It's the start of something like the spaceship.
It's the start of the big branding.
Yeah. And I really do like the city and the Northern Lights look. It really fits. It really fits in.
All right. Speaking of Northern Lights and natural events,
we have probably the best
probably
album
the best
cover
one here.
I don't know what to say. Out of the blue, like the record really did a lot for ELO, especially with like the quartet.
Well, even beyond just the impact of their career, it's just a very pretty album cover.
Oh, it is. It's just really good.
Like
it's like the spaceship plane flying into the station.
It's like a space shuttle, right?
Yeah.
Was the space shuttle developed by the time the album released?
This is the 70s, so probably not.
Like was that public, like the plan?
Probably. I mean, I assume this was more of like building off the idea of 2001.
Oh,
Because this looks
that's
more
true.
like
That's true. I didn't
because
think of
that's like
that.
kind of like the Pan Am plane from there.
That's true. I didn't. Yeah, that's true.
Also, like the little ELO mark on the shuttle
Oh
there.
yeah.
That's a
Let's zoom in on
yeah
that. You can tell.
yeah. It's pretty good. It's the detail on the spaceship is it's amazing
It is. It's very good.
how good of an album they
Do you know
got
who
it.
the artist was?
I don't know who was
Well, we
the
can look at that
artist.
because
I'm
I wonder
checking
if
this right now.
I wonder if they worked on any of the others.
I wonder if somebody said anything about the artist because
Really, I'm sure they would have it listed
cover art.
somewhere.
Here we go. Uh, designed by Kosh, and art by Nagoika, a Japanese illustrator.
Japanese, huh?
Uh huh.
You can another reason for you to
Yeah.
love Japan, Anthony.
Oh wow, they did cover album for Earth, Wind, and Fire too.
Really? No. Which one?
Yeah.
Which album?
I don't know.
Oh,
What does it say?
anyway,
Actually, hold on.
focuses on
I'm looking this
ELO.
up. All in all, oh, so like the big Egypt one
Oh,
that they
that's
have.
that is a great album. Great song.
Yeah.
Anyway, time for placement. This is
A placement that's a definite
it's an
S tier.
S. I mean,
I don't know.
it's boring. You might have expected it, but what else can we do? It's
That
S.
it's just a definite S tier album cover.
Hmm.
Now we're going into frankly a pretty boring album cover.
Oh come on, you haven't even seen it yet.
Yes, I did.
All right, we got.
Xanadu the album, it's good. It has good songs. I mean it's mainly an Olivia Newton-John album, but like Xanadu the song is very very good.
Are you sure they didn't?
Uh,
I thought they made another version of the album cover.
no, this is the only one I found for Xanadu.
Hmm. I could have sworn I've seen a similar one.
I want to see if I can find
Let's
another
look.
one.
Let's look quickly.
Hmm. But Xanadu, like for as like a it's a weird thing.
Okay, yeah. So explain it. It says from
So
the original motion picture. So was
so I remember when we found out that Xanadu was a movie, and looking at the movie, it's a surreal movie.
was
It's
it made in the
really
70s? It was
weird.
made in the 70s, wasn't it?
It's a '70s film.
You could
Like
I guess the surreal part you could kind of guess.
there's plenty of roller skates, weird costumes,
Oh yeah, some very strange editing.
very very strange editing. Like it's about a guy who's like depressed because he doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. He meets this like woman that like urges him to like found this club. He eventually realizes this woman's like the daughter of like
Of
a
Zeus, was
god.
it? Of Zeus,
Yeah,
right?
Zeus. It was like Zeus. And Zeus is just like
Uh,
this guy who lives in the ethereal. I
he's,
don't know.
he's just a guy. And I mean, the movie is worth checking out for the some of the clips and the synopsis.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we'd recommend it if worth your time though.
As a movie, it's not good.
The songs were
kind
great
of
though.
bad. The soundtrack is amazing. It's pretty
Soundtrack, yeah, the
great.
soundtrack was great. All right. Where do you think? Because
Xanadu's kind of boring as an album cover. I will say it's better than
El Dorado.
I don't know if it's. I think it's better than El Dorado because it's more original. But
Also
I
just
wouldn't.
the purple is
It's
nice. It's more
the
pleasing.
purple is nice. Yeah, it's more pleasing than El Dorado.
but
El
is it
Dorado is
better-
literally just a screen grab.
Is it better than No Answer?
No,
No.
no answer is more. It, has
Ha-
like more of a flair.
Right, it's more character. All right.
I do like the font they use for Xanadu. It is really nice.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, now this is definitely my favorite album, and like favorite cover, in my opinion.
It's a great cover.
It's just great, because the Time album is so good. I just all of them like a lot of people really like. This is when ELO really like lost a lot of their fan base, considering they were moving away from the strings and moving into synth.
Well, it's time released in '81, right?
Yeah, Time was their like debut '80s album.
Right. Okay. So this is when they're starting to use synth, moving into the electronic, right?
Hmm.
Right. So yeah, they do lose a lot of fans because they drop a lot of the string stuff. Well, they never fully drop it, but it's definitely less of an emphasis. They lose that. I guess you could say the original sound, right, with the acoustic.
Yeah,
But
it's But I think they really did gain like a lot of
Okay,
like
well, yeah,
I don't
okay,
know how to
they
say this.
lost a lot of fans, but they gained a lot of attention because of the changes. I mean, I for one appreciate the fact that they were willing to experiment.
Yeah, the experimentation in this album is really good,
Anyway,
especially like with Twilight and like Here Is the News and those are like probably the greatest songs like that they've like released in like in the decade.
mm-hmm. Well, let's talk
But
about the art at least. Like, how do you think it
uh,
ties into the because this is a concept
it
album.
really it really it really does tie. I think it does tie in pretty well to like the space age like theme.
Well, also
Like
the
it's like the future. It's like
mhm.
really like
Space. It does show
really
space.
yeah. It's like the planet. It's like
Because it's interesting.
yeah.
This is okay. With the like, I don't know. Do we count? I was gonna say uh, this is the third showing of space in an ELO album, but I'm not counting the UK album cover with
I'd count the UK album. It's still
okay.
technically the fourth space album cover that they've used.
Right. Okay, but I also do think it ties in because it does have this sort of like surreal nature, and a big element of the time is questioning the border between dream and reality. So
Uh-huh.
in that way, it ties in as well.
Yeah, it's more original too because it's
It's
very
very
blue.
original.
It's very blue. There's like not very much colors that
He
you
uses
would see in
he uses
space.
negative
It's not.
space too.
Yeah, and also like putting the word time in the top right with little stylized dashes is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
don't know.
what place it?
I'd say it's not as good as Out of the Blue. I will say.
No, but
The Out of the
this
Blue is probably the best it's gonna ever get.
so you're putting this in A, you think?
I'll put it in A.
A
I'll
is
put it
good.
in A. A's a fair place for time.
Right.
Now, following time, they came out with Secret Messages.
Secret messages.
Yeah, so Secret Messages. You listen to this more than I have, but I do like a bunch of the songs.
I need to listen to it again.
Yeah.
This was not a concept album.
This was not a concept album. So
Not
yeah,
concept.
yeah. So both El Dorado and Time were concept albums. They both told stories of well, Time it told the story of a guy who traveled to the future, and
Can't
El
get
Dorado
back.
it can't get back, and El Dorado talks about a guy who just travels through
Dream spaces. Right.
wonderlands in order to escape reality.
Mm-hmm. Now,
But time is more of a standard yellow album.
all right. Now, what are we looking at exactly?
Well, what are we looking at?
Okay,
It kind of
you
just
know what stands
seems
up. You know what stands out. Okay, one, we're gonna have to put in the description. A warning. About the
warning.
warning.
I mean, if you don't mention, I mean, this is art, so we can probably get away.
No, the woman's silhouette.
Yeah, women's silhouette. I can't believe it.
Anyway,
But
yeah, you
but
first. You first.
but I don't know. I kind of like this. It seems like very crappy in the way it is, because like it's a mix of classical, obviously art and stuff, and deer and like moose for some reason, moose deer thing,
Hmm.
and then like nuclear power plants in the back.
Yeah,
I think
the
that's
nuclear
really
power plants
funny.
really stood out to me. Okay, well,
It's a really funny album cover.
okay, well, let's try to tie it into. Can you pull up like the list of songs and Secret Messages?
Yeah,
I want to
let me
see.
pull up the-
I want to see if we can try to tie it into some of the songs and some of the themes.
Yeah, so Secret Messages obviously has Secret Messages, Loser Gone Wild, Bluebird, Take Me On and On, Four Little Diamonds, Stranger, Danger Ahead, Letter from Spain, Train of Gold, and Rock and Roll is King.
Okay, Rock and Roll is King. That's probably the most well known on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, buildings have eyes was not on this one.
Buildings Have
I
Eyes
thought it was on this one.
was added later from.
Okay, because really was added later. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. It's
Oh,
a
we
later.
won't get into that. But okay, but what do you think? Does the album try to tie in to some of the songs, some of the themes? What do you think? Because it's been a while since I've listened to some of them, some of the tracks on this one.
I don't know, like, because Secret Messages obviously is full of secret messages, because like it was like a continuation of like Jeff Lynne like poking fun of the
Christian fundamentalist,
the
the
Christian
satanic panic
fundamentalist
guys.
So it has a bunch of like
Reverse
the back
messages.
yeah, the
Reverse
reverse
messages.
stuff. Yeah. So I think like having a bunch of like weird like things you kind of associate with like secret messages, like with like Like you know how people like to think of conspiracy theories and like
Ancient
uh
things.
ancient things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the Da
like
Vinci
mixing it all
Code
together.
makes me. That's what makes me think of.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Do
what
you
it
know?
really.
I can't. I'm not sure what what some of these figures are.
I couldn't
But
tell you.
we
I
should
know the
ask.
one with without the hands. I saw that. I've seen that one
We should
before.
ask Alexi because I'm sure he'd be able to
Yeah,
pick out some of these. But
yeah.
anyway, about the themes, at least at least definitely with some of these songs, like I don't know, I wouldn't say secret messages, but buildings have eyes. Maybe you can name a few others that have this eerie quality to them. Like
Hmm.
like buildings have eyes is the strongest one of that sort of element. But I think a few other tracks as well. But I don't know. It's really meant to be just a little unnerving, really.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's rank it.
Yeah. I'd probably put it above Yellow 2.
That's what I was thinking.
It's very messy. It's a very messy album cover.
Hmm. All right, we'll move it.
Uh, but I would keep it in C tier because it's pretty.
It doesn't stick with you.
It's
I don't
very
think.
original in like that it puts a bunch of like random crap in front of you, but
Historical random crap.
historical random crap.
All right.
But I don't know. All right, so
It
the
just doesn't
next.
stick with you. Really.
So the next one is going to be one of my other favorite Yellow albums, Balance of Power.
Hmm.
Balance of Power has a pretty boring album cover, wouldn't you say?
Well, I'll see in a second.
Yeah.
And then
So
again, run us through some of the tracks in it.
so Balance of Power has obviously coming to America, calling America,
Coming
calling
to
America,
America.
calling America so serious, Secret Lives, and Send It. Those are all pretty great songs in my opinion.
Well, Calling America is. I don't know. Is it safe to say it's your favorite?
It used to be my favorite. I don't know if it's my
Oh,
favorite
okay,
now.
but you play it a lot.
I used to play it a lot. I can still do. Like, it's a really good
It's a nice,
song.
upbeat, fun tune.
Nice upbeat song. Talks about a guy getting ghosted. 'Cause
I
he
don't.
sucks.
Okay, I don't think that's quite it exactly.
It's probably not because that concept wasn't really a thing. But I like to think about it.
Oh, it's talking about like
that Jeff Lynne doesn't. Jeff Lynne got ghosted from some American woman.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
also talking like how great the modern world is, and that's.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It's like all about like like dial automatic, like talking to a satellite.
I don't. Yeah, right. I was thinking just a general thing like balance of power because a lot of ELO songs are kind of melancholy, very emotionally charged, right? Some almost, I don't know, overcast, right?
Mhm.
I mean, not to, I mean, pun intended, but do you think
Yeah.
this one, because this one has pretty, for the most part, just very cheerful, upbeat songs. Do you think that's what he was alluding to, of balance of power? I don't really know where the name
Yeah,
comes from.
it's kind of a I don't really know how much like too much about Balance of Power. They
Yeah,
did do a tour with the album back in the 80s. Like this was their last main release
right.
until like what 2001.
Yeah.
They did like they started doing some other stuff. Jeff Lynne
Mm-hmm.
started doing some like other albums.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was their last big release. It was like the last one that started getting a little bit of it was like the end of their era.
Right. Right. All right. So
I don't know.
what placement?
So about the album cover itself,
It's very minimalistic.
it's a very minimalist cover, but I think it works in their favor. Like the bold colors really do help with it. Like the red gets your attention obviously, but like the big yellow line
Well, okay. Well, I mean,
with the E and
if
with the stylized E and O.
well, if it wasn't obvious, does use their kind of branding colors of the ELO spaceship.
Oh yeah, of course. It was kind of weird that they like went away that they really like went away from the spaceship, and like the spaceship is such like a big part of their like branding
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is.
now, at least.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it always was. If you look back at old concert footage, they used to bring around the spaceship all the time.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's put this on on the list.
All right. I like this one more. It's very minimalist, but I don't know. Where would you put it? Because
I think I'm harsher to it. I think I might put it. After Xanadu.
Ooh.
But
That's
I'm saying you might disagree. Where would you put it?
I mean, I was thinking C,
Like
but
back of C, you think?
middle of C.
Middle. Like you'd put it over ELO too.
I would put it over the American cover of
I don't know. I
um.
guess I mean I just like that just on the face of it because it just shows everyone. I mean, it's
Mhm.
obviously it's nothing artistic about it. It's just a picture, but you know, I
Yeah.
actually hmm. I would put it back of C. That's what I would put it.
All right, I'll take that. I
Okay,
can
we'll put
take
it
that.
there. Right, what's next?
All right. So we're gonna start. That was the last 80. That was the last of like original ELO music.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get Zoom.
Zoom.
Zoom is. I didn't listen too much of Zoom. I don't know about you.
You'd have to remind me. I don't think I've listened to it.
I don't think. Yeah, I can't remember a single thing about Zoom.
I can remember a
It.
lot about Zoom.
Oh, of course, can you? But I don't know. The album cover is weird.
Are there multiple versions of this, or is just one?
I mean, there's some with like some slightly different lighting and stuff like that, but
Okay, we'll use this one then. All right, we'll use the one.
that's like the primary, like when the CD came out, that's what was on it.
Right. So, what was on Zoom?
Zoom had a bunch of songs you probably didn't listen to, like "All Right,"
What?
"Moment
All
in
right.
Paradise."
All right's pretty. All right's a good song.
All Right's
Listen to that
an
one.
All Right's an all right song.
It is really not.
"Moment in
Nothing's good.
Paradise," "State of Mind," "Just for Love," "Stranger on a Quiet Street,"
Strange on a Quiet
in
Street
my
listen to too as well.
"In My Own Time," "Easy Money," "It Really Doesn't Matter," "Ordinary Dream," "A Long Time Gone," "Melting in the Sun," "All She Wanted," and "Lonesome Lullaby."
Okay, I listened to a few of these.
The original release Japanese bonus track of Long Black Road.
What?
It also had I don't know what that song is, but it also had, and some of the remastered releases had a copy of Turn to Stone, like
Oh, I had like
it had a live recording of Turn to
a
Stone.
weird
on it.
inclusion. I guess I just wanted to throw it in.
Yeah, but that was like years later. This album's from 2001.
Yeah, interesting. Did ELO the makeup of the group, right? Was this after their Jeff Lynne's dispute with the
Nope,
record?
this was just Jeff Lynne alone.
Okay,
This is
do you think that's why
it had Ringo Starr on it for some reason.
really
Like George Harrison and Ringo Starr both guest musicians on the album.
I'm just thinking because so explain so Jeff Lynne broke off from the other members,
Yeah, well, yeah.
or was
I mean, ELO was always like a changing group,
Mhm.
you know. It's pretty much like this is when he started just releasing his own stuff
Mhm.
under the ELO name.
Right.
Like he like most of the time he was the one writing all the lyrics.
He
and
was the creative
songs.
powerhouse behind ELO. That's undeniable. I was just thinking,
Yeah.
do you think that's why the ELO spaceship doesn't have the red, red, yellow, and blue?
Actually, maybe, but actually, because if you look at the following album, if he brings back
The red, yellow,
the
and
red,
blue.
yellow, and blue,
That's strange. You gotta
because
wonder
that
why.
was the one where he really just did everything. Because that was the one under Jeff Lynne's ELO. This one
Jeff.
was just under ELO.
Right. Well, let's look at the arc. We haven't really done that much.
Yeah, let's look at the art because
So why-
I can't speak too much about the album.
Okay. When did the album release? 90s?
2001. 2001.
Hmm.
It's very weird. It's a very 2001 look. I will say that.
Very like airy.
Yeah, it's got like the HR Giger look with all like the machining and roughness around
Yeah.
like
I
the
mean, do
spaceship.
you think it's meant to evoke the sense of like of a vinyl player, like of this kind of like mechanical apparatus over here?
I don't know. I kind of just like seeing it like a product of its time kind of thing.
Hmm.
I don't know. When I look at this, I think of Big Bang Theory.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
I don't know. I don't really
I
like
want-
this album art.
Yeah. I can't wait for Jeff Lynne when he comes to New York to say Bazinga.
Jeff Lynne, Bazinga, crowd boos off the
Anyway,
stage.
honestly, it really has a sort of like really cold feeling compared to Out of the
It feels
Blue.
really lifeless.
It does, and maybe and I don't really.
I don't
like
know
it.
if it's just. I don't know if it's just because this is like late Jeff Lynne trying to like
Trying to
do
make
more
his own
ELO
stance.
stuff after like ELO's prime
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. But I just don't really like the look of this album cover.
No,
It
it's
seems it looks very like the worst parts of like the early 2000s like style of thing.
it's simultaneously too bright and too gray, too
Muted.
dark.
It's too bright and too muted at the same time. It's
Mm-hmm. Like I don't know,
also like the font looks bad.
font does not look
The
good.
roughness around the thing, the weird like mirror effect on like the little ball on the bottom.
Just to make a comparison here, right?
Yeah.
With Out of the Blue, right?
Hmm.
That I'd want to go in there. I'd want to be on that spaceship going into the ELO spaceship, right?
The zoom thing kind of looks like a prison.
It looks it looks like something you don't want near you. That's the vibes I get.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, what's place? We've said I want it bad. It's not the worst. It's not
It's
the
not
worst.
the worst.
And it does have some more interesting visual aspects compared to several.
It's very it feels very creative and also uncreative.
I would not say it's
because
creative. I wouldn't say it because it's the imagery is borrowing from previous albums. Right?
yeah, it's literally the Out of the Blue spaceship, but bad.
You could say that. I would put it.
I think I put it before the first album.
But you'd put it before.
I would put it before.
Okay, so top of D. Because I would put it after no reply, right? No response. What was
No
it?
answer.
No
yeah.
answer.
No
Okay.
answer.
No reply. Okay. I would
No
put
reply.
it. I would put it.
Hey, I'm the one who keeps calling America coming to America.
Coming to America.
Yeah, I guess that's a good spot to put it.
That's what I would put it because Xanadu is just a kind of a title of some fonts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next.
All right. So the final ELO album. Well, I guess it's not necessarily the final. Yeah, because there's Alone in the Universe and then there's From Out of Nowhere. Okay. So
yeah. Let's get it up.
I didn't realize Jeff Lynne released this many
by
albums
himself
after. Yeah, because he released 2, like 3, I guess.
I have actually. I'm pretty sure this is maybe the second time I've seen it. This cover. I've not seen it much.
Mm-hmm.
So again, walk us through some tracks and when was it released?
So, all right. So this album was released in 2015.
Mm-hmm. Okay, pretty recent then. Pretty recent.
Yeah, pretty recent. This was everything on here was recorded by Jeff Lynne. The strings, the
vocals, of course.
the vocals, obviously, the guitar, everything was by Jeff Lynne.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you have When I Was a Boy, Love and Rain, Dirty to the Bone, When the Night Comes, The Sun Will Shine on You, Ain't It a Drag, All My Life, I'm Leaving You, One Step at a Time, Alone in the Universe, and On My Mind.
I haven't listened to all of these, so
On My Mind was a Japan-only track. What is going on with ELO, Jeff Lynne?
Okay, I want to look closer to that Japan-only release.
Okay, so we were looking into ELO stuff earlier today, and we found out that in the Time album, for some reason, a bunch of the songs from Time made it into a promotional animation, yeah, for an anime convention.
What was the name of it? What was the name of it again? It was like Daikon
4, where they just
so it's like it's this animation, right? It's tons of action, like just fighting, showing all these different
and then you just got Star Wars.
We got Star Wars. Even I think Batman, Robin are in there.
Batman, Robin,
Gundam
Transformers.
Stuff too.
You got like Super Sentai, Power Rangers.
Anyway, so it's all this action happening. It's like 7.5 minutes long, the whole animation.
You should probably check it out.
And they have two ELO tracks to back the music, and that's what were they?
Twilight and Hold On
Tight to Your Dreams.
Well, they also used the prologue, but I wouldn't count that.
Well, prologue is like counts.
Yeah, they use the prologue when they're going into.
Anyway, very, very, very interesting why they chose the ELO out of everything. I mean, I think it's fitting, but
Apparently, I think. Well, I guess now we're learning that Japan just has like a thing for Jeff Lynne.
Anyway, we have not talked at all about the actual art for this one.
Yeah.
Let's
So
talk about
I kind of like the art because like the album it's just kind of a look at Jeff Lynne
young
on
Jeff
his own.
Lynne.
Yeah, it kind of young Jeff Lynne. Like I like some of the song, like the one of the songs. I think When I Was a Boy,
Mm-hmm.
that was the one that I listened to.
I think that was like the most popular one.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not
good.
sure if you listened to too many of the others, but I think as a whole, you could kind of see this whole album as a return to the kind of the acoustic roots of ELO.
Yeah.
Very vocal based, a lot of guitar.
Well, it's more past the.
It's more past than future.
Yeah, it's more of like the later like Beatles ish music that they were doing.
Well, right.
Like after like El Dorado and like Face the Music, but it doesn't. It's not like the early orchestral like
Right,
classical music that they were trying to do.
Right.
With on that day.
I can't imagine Jeff Lynne running around recording everything from the the violin to the bass. He couldn't have done that. Anyway, the album art too is also kind of called back. I mean, to the classic,
it brings obviously it brings back the original design of the ship, which was sorely missed. It's
yeah
in Zoom, which I think I don't know. The more I look at Zoom, the more I really
the more you don't like it.
It's so bad.
Anyway, but I was gonna say this is also kind of calling back some similar themes to other albums and other previous songs, like Alone in the Universe, kind of like this the space theme, right? That's seen in A New World Record. It's seen where else is it seen? It's seen in Time, yeah.
I don't know. Jeff Lynne has a thing for writing music about like going into a world you're unprepared for.
Mm-hmm.
And not being able to fit in. So I think like doing an album like this was pretty good. I mean, there are some good songs on here.
Yeah, but we're not ranking it on the songs. The art style.
The art is really good. I do really like the art.
It's a bit flat in my opinion.
It's a little flat, but it brings back like what you think about when you think of ELO. The spaceship, the like beaming up, like the colors of the spaceship.
I would put this
Zoom.
I would put this at the back of B. I just don't think it's nothing super special.
It's nothing really special because obviously it's just using the spaceship again.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a return to form that was sorely needed.
Yeah.
And then you got From Out of Nowhere.
From Out of Nowhere. Jeff Lynne's
which is the spaceship again.
Specifically Jeff Lynne's ELO. No one else.
Yeah, this is Jeff Lynne's ELO.
It's not your ELO. It's not my ELO. It's not that guy's ELO either. It's Jeff Lynne's ELO.
It's Jeff Lynne's ELO. Yeah, so From Out of Nowhere.
From Out of Nowhere.
I didn't listen to this album. I did not listen to this album.
Okay, what was on it? Maybe I'll recognize one song.
The song From Out of Nowhere. Help Yourself, All My Love, Down Came the Rain, Losing You, One More Time, Sci-Fi Woman,
Going Out on Me, that's an interesting
Time of Our Lives, and Songbird.
I don't think I've listened to this at all, really.
Yeah.
So let's focus on the art, right? When was this released, by the way?
This was released in 2019.
Okay, very recent.
Yeah, so this is when like he was doing the ELO like revival tour.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because when he made that tour, right? And this is before the pandemic started, right? And then it was cut short.
This was prior to the pandemic started. It got cut short, and he's only bringing it back now.
Right.
As of like recording.
Yeah. As of right now, the next show is in California. I don't know why he chose California and not New York.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone.
I'm not gonna do that in Minecraft.
Anyway, the art.
We'll cut that.
The art, right?
Yeah, the art is kind of, it's the spaceship.
It looks kind of beaten up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of beaten up.
Worn down. Yeah.
There's like missing parts. Some of the lights are missing.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this is Jeff Lynne's statement on ELO itself, and maybe he was kind of acknowledging, things didn't really turn out that great, or as ideal as it could have been for ELO.
Yeah. I mean, ELO had a great like
great
10,
run.
12-year young. Like it made some great music.
Well, I don't know. I I
and
think
he's
every
just kind of he's kind of like at this point like I understand the whole thing with the Jeff Lynne's ELO like call bring back tour. I think
yeah.
that's all right.
I don't know.
It's just
I think it's an interesting. It's interesting and it's definitely I think sort of self reflection on behalf of Jeff Lynne.
yeah. I want to know who did the art for this. I'm
It's
kind
I
of
like it. It has a pretty nice feel. Again, it manages to look still even though it's pretty pretty shaken up. It still looks friendlier than Zoom.
oh Richard he got Richard Tandy back to do this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, so
where,
yeah,
oh,
so
nice.
actually, I didn't know that he got Richard Tandy
Does
back
that
just to do
change
this.
your ranking?
Maybe.
Okay.
It makes me feel a little better that he got that he got like Richard Tandy in on this.
All right. So where are we putting this?
I think it looks a little better than the Balance of Power.
Balance of Power.
I think I put it above Balance of Power.
Really? You'd still put like the American release of
Maybe in front of that too.
okay, because I think ELO 2 probably is better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ELO 2, like it was like a good beginning one,
The
but
beginning is kind of the space theme, wouldn't you say?
yeah, and then they immediately abandoned that. Well, I guess they technically didn't, but in America they abandoned that. They were like, nah, we're not gonna do omnipotent Jeff Lynne. It's still my favorite. He looks so terrible.
Okay, all right. Is that all the albums? Is that the last one we did?
Yeah, that's all of them.
Right.
Well, unless you want to do the compilation albums, but I wouldn't do that.
All right. Well, no, because that's just hash. Well, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I don't know. What was your?
You think any last minute changes before we wrap up?
No, I'd keep it the way it is. Let's just go. Let's end this. Let's like talk about like what's our favorite cover.
By just pure art. Okay, we're not counting Out of the Blue because that's
No, you can count Out of the Blue if
what
you want.
really.
It's not my favorite. I'll tell you that.
All right, what's yours then? What's your time?
Mine is on the third day. UK cover not.
All right. Okay.
No, it's definitely Time. Time is my favorite one.
Time. Yeah.
I just really like the whole like blue like water look of the whole thing, and like the little yellow in the middle.
If I had to choose mine, I definitely would say Out of the Blue. And again, it may be an obvious choice, but there's something just so inviting about it, and it's a grand scale too, right?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's like the perfect album cover.
Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Now outro.
Outro. I don't know how to do an outro.
Guys, if you like this ELO album ranking, remember to hit that like button, share the video.
You German?
Yes, I'm German.